Welcome back. Chapter 13, User Setting. In this chapter, you will learn how to edit access group name. We will invite payroll and employee user. Later, we will delete the user. And we will perform user authorization setting. Then we log in as an user, change the user type, and perform approval setting. You may refer to A01 user type for more information. Now let's begin. Task 13.1, Edit Access Group. To edit access group, click at Tools, User Setting, Access Group. Edit the first group, which is payroll. Change the name into HR and save. Next, edit employee group into staff and save. We will invite a user to become our HR. To invite a new user, you need to access your subscription portal. To access your subscription portal, you need to click at the logo on top left corner, and it will bring back to the first page when we create the account. And you can see there is a company name under you. To invite user, click at user maintenance, add new. There is two method to invite a user with condition. The first method is create new, which is the user never register with AutoCount Club Payroll before. Totally new user. Now we try to enter. Use your second email. The current existing one is considered your subscription registered. Do not use that. Use the second email, or you may create a new email for the training. I'm using my own. User type you select, payroll user, group HR, employee you assign to apapun boleh, and the name is and password. Because this is new user, we assign a password to them, then later they may change their own password. Right? Condition number 1, create new user. This user is new user, never register with AutoCount Club Payroll. Second condition is attach existing user. This user is registered with AutoCount Cloud Payroll previously, either as a subscriber or employee. As long as they are registered previously, you can use the attach existing user, condition number 2. Remember, condition number 1 is new user, never register. Second condition is attach existing user, which is already an existing user previously registered with AutoCount Cloud Payroll. Now click Save. Once you click Save, you will receive an email from AutoCount Club Payroll. Click at the link provided. It will divert to you to a login screen. Enter your own password. Enter the password for second email, login. It will show you the company that invite you, which is the current. Click, and you will be logging into your ESS or employee self-service portal. So this is considered the user is under the previous company that you invite. Done with the task invite payroll user. Now go back to your subscription portal. Login back to your company. Our next task is about invite employee user. There is 3 types of method for you to invite employee user. I will show you 3 methods to invite employee user. First method is click at Payroll, Employee, Employee Maintenance, click at Cindy Lauder Edit button, scroll to your right until you see Invite User. To invite a user, just click at Invite, enter email address, select Access Group, Staff, and scroll up, Save. The user will receive an email invitation. Click the link to login, and you may enter your user and password, and you may access to your employee self-service portal. Now go back to your main screen. That is how we invite employee user, first method. Now I would like you to go back to your subscription portal to delete the method number 1, which is you just invite Cindy Lauder. Now I would like you to delete your existing employee and remain number 1, which is your apa-apa boleh. Okay, second method to invite a user is to use go back to your company, click at Tools, User Setting, Invite User, and click at Uninvited User. The system will download all the list of employee who doesn't register with the company before. Now if I open up my Excel file, it will show you list of employee 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 that haven't registered with us before, that haven't registered with AutoCount Cloud Payroll before. Now you enable editing. I would like you to invite Cindy Lauder using your third email. The rest of the employee, just leave it blank. Remember, this is your third email. Use your third email to apply for Cindy Lauder. Then, save. Select the file that you just edited, user invitation, and send invitation to, it will show you the list. You just apply only one, which is under Cindy Lauder. Edit, select a group under staff, save, and send invitation. Check your second email. You will receive another invitation with the same company, but this is considered as second method. Go back to your screen. You have learned the first method to invite employee, which is the first one is employee maintenance. Edit the employee. Click at end of the scroll, end of the corner. Click until the end. Click invite user, then invite user. This is method number 1. Method number 2 is to use tools, user setting, invite user, select option uninvited user, download the Excel file which contain list of employee, which one you want to invite, enter their email address and save. Select the file again and upload, send invitation. That is second method. Third method is you already learned, which is go back to your AutoCount Cloud Payroll subscription portal, user maintenance, you may add user. This is the third method. Now I would like you to go back to your company. We will perform user authorization. I would like you to click at Tools, User Setting, User Authorization. You have total of 3 email address. The first one belong to you, which is your authority is admin. You will have second email, anda apa pun boleh, and the third email is Cindy Lauder, which is employee or staff level. Edit apa pun boleh. Click at authorization employee group. Click all and save. Click Cindy Lauder, authorized employee group. Click all and save. Depends on what is the purpose, what is the authorization you would like to assign to them. For training and exercise purpose, I would like you to enable all the employee group to both of them. Now I want you to go back to your main screen. Apa pun boleh, account. Now, apa pun boleh can access more function. As a manager, we assign a bigger task, which is the managerial group. From here, the person allowed to perform payroll transaction, view reporting, and human resource transaction. But apa boleh able to access full HR function. Now let's go back to our main portal. Go back to your main screen. Login as Cindy Lauder. Cindy Lauder login screen will only show employee level function. It will be much more simpler. Cindy Lauder would be able to download payslip if available. She can also apply for claim and leave if the e-leave and e-claim is enabled, or else she can only look at her historical application done by the human resource officer. Go back to your main screen. Next task 13.9. Change user setting for Cindy Lauder. We would like to promote Cindy Lauder from employee into payroll user. Now she can become our human resource as well. To change that, you need to go back to your subscription portal, user maintenance, edit Cindy Lauder into payroll user, save, go back to your company, go to Tools, User Setting, User Authorization, edit Cindy Lauder, change the SS group into HR, and save. Now, if you look at Cindy Lauder login screen, it's very limited. After we save the setting, let's refresh Cindy Lauder page. Now Cindy Lauder has more buttons appear in her screen. Now she is allowed to become HR status. She can perform payroll, view report, human resource transaction, and tools as well. Change back Cindy Lauder to employee. Edit Cindy Lauder. Change to staff. Save. Refresh screen for Cindy Lauder. And it will go back to normal, which is employee service portal only, without allow him to access the HR function. In this task, you have performed edit access group, invite user with two methods, which is create new and attach existing user. Then we import employee user, which is I show you another two more methods with total of 3, which is the first one is subscription portal, user maintenance. The second method is into the company, employee maintenance. And the third method is under tools, user setting, invite user. Those 3 methods, you may select which one is suitable for you and you may invite your employee. And you have learned how to change from staff level into HR level, which is Cindy Lauder. We change her from employee only to become human resource. Then we change back to employee. Now the next task, which is the last task, is approval setting. Your employee need to have one approver to approve or reject the request of claim and leave. To access to approval setting, click at user setting, approval setting. First, edit leave. In the approval setting for leave, there is 2 options to select. The first option is flat approval. Second option is sequential approval. For flat approval, any user that you assign, both or 3 or more of them listed below will need to approve the application, either it's leave or claim. In our situation, this is me as an admin. I am not a human resource officer. I will assign my apapun boleh to approve a department of his own, which is purchase order processing. So the option is flat approval. So only apapun boleh, one user to approve and save. Edit claim. The meaning of sequential is, let's say I have 2 names here, number 1 and number 2. Sequential will follow number 1 to approve. The number 1 will get email or notification to approve. Then only number 2 will follow and approve or reject. Compare with flat approval, these 2 must approve. Sequential is number 1 approve, then only number 2. So I remove number 2. My option for claim approval is flat approval. Department is purchase and order processing under OPE, save. There is one more approval which is using approval by hierarchy. This you may refer to reference 07 approval by hierarchy at Edu Portal. That's the end of chapter 13. Next is chapter 14, ESS or Employee Self-Service Portal.